Imagine a day where the classroom behavior is less than phenomenal. Maybe someone decided biting was a new craze or decided to pretend to be a tornado, and now your room looks like a Tasmanian devil himself strolled through. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some tips and strategies for creating an environment where student behavior doesn't leave you pulling your hair out, and it gives you some strategies to use with those most challenging students. Stay tuned. Hello guys, and welcome back to Miss Shipley's Classroom. I'm Farah, and here at Miss Shipley's Classroom, I strive to bring you actionable tips, strategies, and tips that you can take into your classroom each week in order to make your teacher life a little easier, and this video is no exception. If this is your first time joining us here, I would love it if you would leave a comment down below and let me know where you're tuning in from and what grade level you teach. I love this community that we are building, and we do have several Facebook groups that you can join. We have a K2 group, a 3-5 group, and I even have a group for my online entrepreneurs where I share digital tips and strategies for using your phone and your iPad in your business. So tonight I want to talk to you about some behavior problems that you might be having in your classroom and some tips and strategies for dealing with those. Really, in the classroom, what is going to happen is up to the students. What happens because of a student's behavior is completely up to you. Classroom behavior can be a big hurdle to overcome, especially when you're starting off with a new bunch of kiddos. If you have ever had a day that just left you wanting to pull your hair out, and let's face it, we've all had those days, then this video is going to give you a guide to better behavior in classroom management. The first tip I want to share with you is to chart it. A sticker chart is a great way to work on a singular skill. Let's use standing nicely in line as an example skill we would want to enhance. When you use a sticker chart, you want to first identify the area of concern. For us, that will be standing nicely in line. Secondly, you need to explain what you expect in order to earn a sticker. For example, you may say standing in line nicely means you are silent, you are keeping your hands and all other limbs to yourself, and you are not moving in and out of line. After you discuss what the skill looks like, you will want to practice. Finally, you work on the skill. Every time a student stands in line nicely, you give him or her a sticker. Once the child reaches so many stickers, they should get some sort of reward. Keep in mind that a reward can be a bookmark or something simple, but it needs to be useful. And the best rewards are intrinsic rewards. Intrinsic rewards are rewards like if you get so many stickers, you get to move up to the front of the line. Another intrinsic reward might be getting to eat lunch with your teacher and getting to talk to your teacher about your day. Think about rewards that are not going to cost you anything, and they don't really give your student a particular item or prize from a treasure chest. The fact is, we could spend thousands of dollars on these little trinkets that don't really matter to our students. You need to teach them that intrinsic rewards can be even more special than a plastic toy and save your money in the process. If you decide to use a sticker chart, you want to make sure you are staying consistent. When using this technique, you also want to make sure you don't inappropriately use the power of the sticker. There's no penalty for not standing nicely in line other than not getting a sticker. You can't lose a sticker for poor behavior. Another type of tool you could use is a task tracker. This type of chart is more so for the student to keep track of his own or her own behavior. When you use a task tracker, you will want to make up a list of tasks a student needs to do every day. When the student gets done with that task, they can either put a sticker in that spot or they can simply put a check mark. There are many tasks you could put on the list depending on the format of your classroom. Here are some examples you could use. I did my bell ringer. I put my reading book away. I turned in my homework on time. Any and everyday tasks would be good for a task tracker. You can also give a prize for the people who are on track most of the time. Overall, this tracker is good at getting your students into a routine and keeping their classroom behavior on task and focused. But remember, we want to really push those intrinsic rewards. A great way to manage classroom behaviors is to stay organized yourself. When we aren't organized, sometimes students will feed off that energy and become chaotic themselves. Now, no one expects perfection, but there are several ways to help maintain an organized classroom that promotes good classroom behavior. First, keep it simple. There are so many tasks you are going to do with your students in a day. Make sure every task or every subject has a routine that is easy to follow. For example, you should have something for students to remember their logins for computers. If not, computer time can get crazy really fast, and then it's hard to be truly productive. You may also want to have stations to help keep your students organized. For example, you may have stations for reading, researching, science, math, review games. There are so many ways to organize your classroom, and having a solid routine for every classroom procedure will help your students stay focused throughout the day, reducing your chances for negative classroom behaviors. Another way to help with classroom behavior is to focus on the process instead of the final result. Bear with me, this may seem a little sideways, but I promise it will be a game changer. So often we are told to teach students to do well on this test or that test, but what really matters is the process of getting from point A to point B. If I can tell you I got to point B, but not how I got there, did I really learn anything? Did I really do anything? When you are teaching students, remind them that it is how they get there that is most important. Sometimes students only want to get to the end so that they can prove they know it on the test. When we stress that everything we do every day is going to be on the test of some sort, it will make students want to focus on that day instead of the process. Now, this isn't foolproof, but I have found that being upfront with students about this fact will change the way they learn. Telling students you want them to struggle, to work through things, and to come out as extraordinary problem solvers is a great way to promote positive classroom behavior. There are great benefits to letting students struggle, and one of them is your classroom behavior will get better. Having an overall goal will always yield good results. There are several ways to help your students get on a great track for positive classroom behavior, whether you're working on the day-to-day activities or the overall culture of your classroom. Do you have a challenging student that needs some guidance to get back on track? Check out our free behavior checklist below to help track your students' progress while getting their behavior back on track in your classroom. Thank you so much for joining us here at Miss Shipley's Classroom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and turn your notifications on so that you get notified when we go live or upload a new video. We hope these tips and strategies make your teacher life a little easier and allow you to be the teacher you were meant to be. Until next time, keep being educational rock stars.